College in Vancouver is open today after a stabbing forced the campus to go into lockdown. That happened yesterday afternoon outside of the Archer Art Gallery. Police say one person stabbed another in the neck on an outdoor bench and then ran away. The victim's injury was non-life-threatening and that person was treated at a hospital. Police are still searching for the attacker. We don't have a description, but if you have any information about the attack, call Vancouver Police.